If I want to see the other ones, these just seem kind of... I thought they were going to be like laughably awful anime, but it's pretty well animated from what I can see. It's just silly because it comes from a cult that's portraying it as real. They have a lodge just outside of Tampa. Anime? Oh. That sounds interesting. An actual cult made these anime. Happy Science Volume 1. This is from Mother's Basement? Wow, how many cults made anime?
You don't get rich writing science
Thanks, Resub VV.
If you want to get rich, you start a
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard said that a few years before a very lucrative career change, and while the pay
Thanks for
gap
Prime
from
Sinti.
stockbroker to indie messiah is a bit slimmer, one has to imagine similar thoughts running through the head of Takashi Nakagawa as he plotted his exit from the New York office of a prestigious Tokyo trading firm in 1986. Ever since, he's gone by Ryuho Okawa, El Cantare to his marks, disciples. For the followers of Happy Science, already Japan's biggest and most influential...
Happy Science is a cool name.
...itself, see him not just as their founder and leader, but as God's own vessel on Earth. Thoth, the king of Atlantis, El Miore, god king of ancient Venus, and a few other deities he made up, all rolled up into one big super god, who also happens to be best buddies with all the other gods and prophets of every other world religion, especially whichever one will convince you to give him money right now. Perhaps...
This sounds great. Where do I fucking sign up? I'm in.
That repels
the King of Atlantis supports it?
But that's not all. Through the power of seance, he's even spoken to a wide range of famous secular figures throughout history,
Tier 1
like Albert Einstein, Princess Diana, Margaret Thatcher, Freddie Mercury, Justin Trudeau, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama, some of whom...
What did Princess Diana have to say?
Yet. He's just that good. And all of whom, when asked, will tell you that Japan has never committed any war crimes ever, and also they really need to remilitarize and maybe carpet bomb North Korea. Coincidentally, that's also the official platform of the Happiness Realization Party, Happy
What is happening?
Political arm. Which would be very worrying if they had anywhere near the 11 million worldwide followers they claim to have. Lucky they're lying. But as every megachurch pastor knows,
fuck is this?
It's not about the size of your congregation, it's about how hard you can milk them. And milk 'em Happy Science does, to the tune of a reported $45 million.
What a deal!
Revenue.
What a good deal!
Among other things, to commission lengthy and ludicrous anime depictions of their scripture. And that, of course, is why we're all here today.
I'm excited.
Fake medicine
I'm fucking excited.
Vulnerable during a pandemic and co-opting people's deeply held spiritual beliefs in order to lighten their wallets is just good old-fashioned capitalism.
I bet that anime slaps.
Using anime to do it? Now that's some real fucking blasphemy right there. And since turnabout is fair play, starting today, I'm gonna use everything I know about mocking bad anime and deconstructing dumbass world building to eviscerate all 8, soon to be 9, of Happy Science's feature-length dumpster fires. This part will cover the first 3. I am taking a pretty big demonetization risk doing this video. YouTube is so great at separating criticism and satire of extremism from the real deal. And on top of that, I'm not running a sponsor on this video because I don't want to expose anyone else to the cult's ire. So if I make you laugh today and you want to see the rest of these posts, all I ask is that you leave a like and comment, and consider subscribing and sharing.
The animation quality looks pretty good.
In advance, the video quality won't be great. The only
sources
dedicated to preserving these movies,
the actual quality of the anime, animation-wise,
science branches, where they were uploaded like a decade ago, dubbed with hard-coded subtitles. So, yeah, sorry. If it helps, try to think of it as part of the dodgy cult aesthetic. Of, I shit you not here, Kyoto Animation. In fact, it was their first ever solo anime, and it marked the directorial debut.
What a great start!
Ishihara, who's currently leading Maid Dragon S. It's neither of their best work. In fact, it's pretty much the worst and ugliest thing either the director or the studio has ever made, but everyone's gotta start somewhere. even if that somewhere is cult propaganda.
Hey, you might as well
Not that
start
you
with
really
cult
know it
propaganda.
from the
That's super
OVA
lucrative.
itself. The story follows a kid.
They're gonna
who's
pay you to
bugged
make
out 'cause
this?
the teacher
Gotta
yelled
milk
at
the
him
fuck
as
out of
he
him.
meets an angel and goes on a flying Nimbus ride, then falls into hell for a couple minutes, where he learns
me
a
some
valuable
Phantom.
lesson about how being sad is bad, and smiling more, even when everything objectively sucks, makes the world a brighter place. Literally. You don't know who made it, and you're not familiar with the sun iconography and feelings-based cosmology of happy science, it's easy enough to mistake for generic Christian fluff with some weird visual metaphors.
Seems
The
great
rest
to
of these
me.
films,
Well,
though, are
by
unmistakable.
that I mean it looks like
in what
shit.
they
I wouldn't watch it.
Hermes Winds of Love opens on a
Just
very
learning about a
90s
cult.
CGI space shuttle for
what kind of
no
cult?
apparent reason, with the narrator telling us
happy
in
science
no uncertain
cult.
terms that what we're about to see is 100%
I don't really know anything
factually
about 'em yet.
accurate, real ancient Greek history. Then about 30 seconds after that, we see a Pegasus chasing a golden feather through a sea of clouds and
like
Buddha
Quidditch.
lotuses. The feather falls down to Earth, passing by some actually gorgeous animation and backgrounds. The cult clearly paid Toei a lot for this, before it reaches an old man under a tree who immediately leaps up and starts rattling off prophecies about how the
This one looks like it
King of
slaps.
Greece is about to be born right here
Is it
on
the next
Scythia.
Donkey
Then
Ollie?
the wind carries that feather up
very
the
well
hill
might
to the
be.
palace, where it flies off screen and presumably up the queen's coochie to make that happen. For some reason, that one random old guy's rambling
I'm not afraid of Toei.
enough to reach the
I could
ears
beat
of
Toei
the
in a fight.
evil tyrant King Minos, or possibly Minos. They pronounce it literally every possible way in this dub, and that's a running theme with these movies. But he's just like, nah, Scythia's too small to beat me. Cut to 26 years later, though, and we see this.
This doesn't even look bad.
pretty
This looks
at
good.
Riding horses and knocking other people off of their horses. So Minos and his massive technology.
Where's the propaganda? They just made like an enjoyable.
Double think that. We then
Like-
learn through the extremely organic
even know what
and
this- what
seamless
is this genre?
exposition delivery system of two children running around town discussing what woman could possibly be beautiful enough to bang their prince, that there's a gorgeous princess named Aphrodite locked up in a castle on Lindos. The film then introduces her through a skinny dipping shot, because religious propaganda or not, anime's gonna anime. And then
Well, you need fan
begins
service.
stalking her. Like, he visits her window 12 times in 6 months by rowboat, despite her refusing to talk to him
Jesus.
and actively hiding from
Pathetic
him every
simp.
time he shows
Jesus
up.
Christ.
Don't worry, it's not really stalking, because he's got a really strong feeling that he and this woman he's never talked to are meant to be together. Which they are. And not just in this life. They'll be married again in the future when they're reincarnated as Ryuho Okawa and his wife, Kyoko.
Oh,
Spoilers for the movie's post-credits scene, I guess.
that's
The
very
divinity
meta.
and predestined love of this couple is one of the core beliefs of happy science and one of the core elements of this film's narrative, so it sure would be awkward if they ever got divorced. In
Oh,
2011,
no.
And then Kyoko was excommunicated from Happy Science.
Well, it was her
revealing
fault.
to the press that despite their claims of over 10 million members worldwide, the real number is closer to 30,000. And then their son also disowned him and started publicly bashing the cult. He's got a YouTube channel, by the way. Spoilers for
Rough.
real life after this movie came out, I guess. Anyway,
Well, what do they
in the
know?
last
That's
6
blasphemous.
years, that one thing King Minos is actually known for happened, and after locking
Is there
his
some
mutant
Vin
bull son and
Vern?
wife in the labyrinth of Gnosis,
Oh, I don't know
he
about that,
becomes
Tori.
the most evil
They even
thing
a 6200
happy
bits,
science
nerd.
thinks there
Thank you,
is.
man. Goddamn.
An atheist. Also, he started wearing a bullhead luchador mask and making his soldiers use cow print shields, just really committing to the bit, you know. As a result, Minos is also in the market for a new wife, and he's got his eye on Aphrodite, but after window shopping way too many times, like it really kills the pacing of the movie, Hermes does finally decide to commit in an embarrassingly cringy musical number.
私の名はヘルメス
This is pretty good.
あなたの名はアフロディテ
This is nice. It sounds like
which
some
is
kind of
followed a month
gospel.
later with a daring, action-packed rescue, where the army of Rhodes nearly catches our heroes with their high-speed triremes, but then, just in time, a mystical golden fart cloud catches their sails and carries them away. Could that be the wind of love? The news of this, of course, enrages King Minos.
I will send my troops to Scythia and kill every man, woman, and child!
Which would be super exciting and dramatic if he actually remembered to do that, or anything at all before Hermes rolls up with an army to kill him in like 20 minutes.
Well, that was easy.
Instead, on a peaceful day in Scythia, Hermes takes his new wife on a stroll up a hill where they happen to meet those kids from before, looking like they just popped out of the Akira Elderly Child Labs. Suddenly, though, the children disappear, storm clouds kick up.
Show me more of the
and out
propaganda.
the maelstrom emerges Mufasa. Sorry, that's Ophelus, the creator god of Greek mythology that Happy Science made up, who tells Hermes that it's his destiny to unite Greece, starting with the defeat of Minos. To facilitate this and beat the stated 50-to-1 odds against his army, Hermes forges an alliance with Theseus, who's then sent to Knossos undercover as a hostage to recruit the
So how
help
does
of
Happy
Minos'
Science make
quote,
money?
sane and religious daughter,
You're selling
Ariadne.
tickets to
He takes a
this?
thread from Ariadne and does the thing Theseus does down in the labyrinth, freeing the other hostages and killing an admittedly pretty sick-looking Minotaur in a very rushed and unsatisfying fight scene.
All troops, head back to the palace now!
Turning around opens
is
him
pretty
up for
fucking
an
cool.
ambush from the woods, defeating most of his army. Then Minos himself dies in a hilariously stupid sword fight back at the palace. Ophelus reveals to Hermes that they
Okay,
are
so this movie
actually
kinda
one and
sucks.
the same, both incarnations of the great god El Those, and
skip
of
around a
course
little bit.
Minos, being the baddest bad guy there ever was, has turned into an ultra demon, and he's about to kill
You going to bed?
Aphrodite back on Earth by making
I'll come say goodnight in a sec.
Cast another anime.
I just wanted the
Also,
propaganda
apparently,
tie-ins.
all-powerful staff isn't
And how it goes
useful
back to
for
the
fighting
cult.
demons either, so much for that setup. At least the trash talk's decent, though.
Yeah, I know there's 2 more movies, so let's check out this one.
And human civilized years ago, or 1 billion years before our solar system even existed. Which I only bring up because Happy Science claims to be a fusion of religion and science, and how hard is it to double-check your fake timeline against an encyclopedia, you lazy hack?
Well, how can you trust the encyclopedia? This dude is actually a vessel for every god ever.
El Miore decided it was time for humans to happen, and so began a great spacefaring Venusian civilization that lasted the next billion years. Unfortunately, that civilization was
Oh, that's Atlantis.
so loving and harmonious that they couldn't evolve anymore. And so the loving, harmonious, eternal Buddha blew them all up with volcanoes and sent their ghosts to oversee evolution from scratch on Earth. Once our population reached 770 million, El Cantare decided to invite humanoid aliens to Earth to learn from us. Because the planet had a bit of a dinosaur infestation going on at the time, the first race invited was a warlike species of cat people with laser guns and hoverboards, watched over by the 3 great ninth-dimensional alien spirits, Jesus, Confucius, and Moses. But after they dealt with that pest problem, it
Okay, I've
turned
got
out
it
the
invested. I need to see this. This is some good lore. Hold on. So Jesus, Confucius, and Moses were space cat gods. The Institute for Research in Human Happiness. His father, the litigious self-proclaimed deity El Cantare, has denounced Hiroshi as demonic and has sued him for defamation. What an eventful family. That's kind of cute. I've never heard of Happy Science. I guess they're not like a huge cult, but they do make a lot of money relative to their size. So, I mean, you gotta respect the grind, I guess. The ancient Venus gods and Jesus and Moses from cat space really does pay the bills, I guess. I don't know if I want to see the other ones. These just seem kind of... I thought they were going to be like laughably awful anime, but it's pretty well animated from what I can see. It's just silly because it comes from a cult that's portraying it as real. They have a lodge just outside of Tampa. Happy Science has a Tampa headquarters. Do they have like open classes? I highly doubt Happy Science is as dangerous as Scientology. I imagine his own fucking son quit and then openly insults him on YouTube. surely it's probably okay to at least attend a ceremony to see what it's all about. Scientology, you won't find that very many places, I'll tell you that much. That was interesting. Hercules beetle fight. I love Hercules beetle fights, which is, I guess, a weird thing. But they fight amazing. They actually treat mating like it's the Heaven's Tower in Hunter x Hunter. So a Hercules beetle, female, sits at the top branch of a tree, and a Hercules beetle male has to climb that tree, and he fights other Hercules beetles on his way to the top, and they fight by throwing each other off the tree. It's amazing. It is so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. I love Hercules beetles. I hate insects, but I think Hercules beetles are great. Where's that video we watched where they were going for the mating season or whatever? This one, stag beetle throws girlfriend out of a tree. Jesus. Sigma male grind set, I guess. I guess any kind of insect, to be fair, but that specifically. You have to climb trees, fight little opponents on each level, and then you get to the girl and she doesn't even want you, so then you have to throw her off the tree too. Fucking stone cold stunner her. Is this the same video? Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, no, it's not. Jesus. Yeah, and then he throws her. So it uses some of the same footage. Microsoft Excel Esports. The Beginner's Guide to Excel. Excel's basic tutorial. Probably not the one. The FMWC Open. The Financial Modeling World Cup. I want to see these athletes go at it.
That is an amazing start right there. Now we start to get to level 2. And Andrew, can you explain what happens in level 2?
Well, actually, level 2, that's I would say, left drive.
What's probably worth noting?
Most complicated I've seen.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, like even with Excelopolis, I was able to get through the first 3 levels with that, but with this, I'm not sure that I'd be able to get anywhere. Spreadsheet, the entire map with.
What is happening?
Those.
All right, that's big brain esports. I just like when people hit each other with cartoon characters in a Nintendo game. Good God. I'm not looking up Johnny Boy shit on my dick. Jesus Christ. It's not happening. I'm not risking it. Even if that video isn't tossed, whatever comes up could be. It's not worth the risk for a shit on my dick video. I had ass cheeks pop up when I was looking up, what was it? The fuck was it? I had a what did I look up? It was only a couple days ago, too. I already don't remember. It was something innocent. Certainly something would pop up with shit on my dick. This is a, alpha male instructional channel. I haven't checked them out yet though, so I'm not really sure what they do. But I just liked the name Gravel to Castle, so I'm not really sure. Reality House has Lava Girl. It's not like the actual Lava Girl. It's I saw the video on it. She just calls herself Lava Girl. I didn't realize they only had like 10 videos. Carrying giant tire up a mountain. Stop looking for shortcuts.
We're gonna walk up here on top of one of those rocks.
This is some anime shit. But why?
I think Wildwood near Thousand Oaks.
Why are we doing
How
that?
far I'm gonna go, I don't know this area, but I'm just gonna do what I know is honest work. And that's something I want to instill in my mind. Doing activities.
What? I'm doing something I know is honest work. What? Why is carrying a tire up a mountain honest work? That's like some Holes shit. Where Stanley Yelnats carries... Finally, some good, red-blooded, patriotic work.
I wonder what's behind that hill. We'll have to find out.
Nothing. More grass and shit. Fuck you expecting?
I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
I have no doubt in my mind when they weren't filming he was setting the tire down. Should have streamed it.
It's time to carry this thing all the way up. Let's go. Cactus right here.
This feels like a shortcut. Stop looking for shortcuts, and then the first thing he does is take the shortest path. Good point. Didn't even think of that.
Life doesn't give you a clear path. That's why it's important to prepare yourself for that principle by living it. Do things that don't have clear paths. Walk through the terrain.
This is powerful. I'm inspired.
Sooner or later, get to a path that's actually not too bad.
Hey, thanks for the bit swirl.
Another principle. Sometimes we make things harder on ourselves than they need to do. Oh, we've come to a little trail.
That is a good principle.
Hard.
That's not a mountain, that's a fucking hill. Semantics, what do you know about life? When have you ever done honest work like carrying a tire up a mountain? Or hill, as you call it.
On top. I think there is some blueberries up there for sure. Right there.
We're really getting there. Let's go.
Yeah, should probably go right here.
This really says a lot about society.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Look at that.
Oh. Of course, that brings us to another principle. Quit when it gets too hard, huh, Ken? Good.
Part is
keep
making
going.
sure you don't fall when you're lifting this up. Gotta have a lot of balance.
Up, and there it goes again. It gets too hard, so we just give up and we cheat. Okay. Okay, Ken. Oh! I wonder if he falls in the cactus.
Drop that shit.
Boom. Real men don't take breaks.
Just because I ain't going right there. If I fall, I'm dead.
Okay, well, this was
my life. But hey,
okay.
We just brought this tire up this mountain.
No, you didn't. You literally stopped at the mountain part. What you did is you walked it up a small hill and then quit when you got to the part where it really goes up. Which was the whole purpose of the title. You could have just called this Carrying a Tile about, what is this, maybe half a mile? No, this is probably about a mile, I would think. I think the perspective is making it look a little closer. It was probably about a mile.
So stop looking for shortcuts, stop looking for easy way outs, do the hard work, because then...
God damn it, I'm gonna carry a tire, fuck it, fine.
End result is.
I also know the Mandela catalog, but alright, you know what? I don't think I've seen all of it, I suppose. People really fucking want this. I mean, it's not bad. Is this gonna be scary? No. Noah! There were some scary words there I saw. Where did the moon go? God turned it off. I don't know, man. This sucks. It's not like my favorite genre of video on YouTube. I just think it's super boring. Like, I'm not really a Local 58 guy. It's not for me. But I do think they're well made. The new Star Wars game from David Cage looks extremely silly. I mean, it looks cool, but it's David Cage, so it's gonna be silly. I'm excited. Trying to scare Charlie, might as well try to win the lottery. To this day, there is one horror movie, and only one horror movie, that truly traumatized me. I actually made a video on it the other day, and posted it like tomorrow or something. There was one horror movie I've seen in my life that actually really, like, ruined my life for a week. I was very young. There's plenty of this. Again, I'm just not a fan of that shit. It's just... I just don't like it. It's just not for me. Yeah, I'm just not a big analog horror guy.